What's going on, everybody? This your boy Mike, and this is going to be my review for episode 3 of Fear the Walking Dead called The Dog. Okay, so spoilers if anybody have not seen the episode yet, you might want to back out now because we are going to be talking about some of the character development and everything else that happened within the episode. Now, I do believe like this episode it's just getting better and better, and there was a awesome mixture of suspense and character development and action, and the way they just brought it together went real well. We start off pretty much right where we left off last episode with Travis and his son and his ex-wife and Daniel, his wife, and his daughter. They're all hemmed up in this barbershop with pretty much a riot going on outside. Now, you can plainly see that there's, people eating people right on the ground, but it's like nobody's paying attention. So, and that just makes it even worse because you figure, you can't really feel bad for none of these people that are rioting because, they all look like kind of idiots anyways. We had a lot of button heads between Travis and Daniel in this episode. Now, if you watch my last video, I'll go ahead and throw the link right there. I mentioned that I didn't really think that Daniel was going to be a key character because at the time I really didn't, but this episode really proved me wrong. His philosophies on things, it's like he already knows what's going on, you know what I mean? He knows what you got to do to survive it too. Like, he don't know what it is yet, but he knows you're going to have to get hardcore. And I think Travis in this episode was probably the least Walker awareness type, you know what I mean? Because it just some of the decisions he's made, some people would even argue that he's, could be a threat now because of some of the decisions he's made. Don't burn the body. We're going to stay here overnight and leave in the morning. And then that part where Kim Dickens' character went to kill the neighbor with the hammer and he stopped her and he was like, we don't know what it is yet. I think that was just silly. And I think he needs to get it together a little bit. On the flip side of that coin, though, you've got to take into perspective that we as viewers already know what's going on. So we got to kind of take a step back from knowing what we know and get inside Travis's head. Now, a normal first reaction should not be to kill somebody when something like that goes down. You know what I mean? We know this, but I mean, a normal reaction from a person, let's say, that knows nothing about the zombie apocalypse, it would be a normal reaction for them not to, for him, like, let's say, to stop Madison from killing the neighbor. You know what I mean? So, to me, that's kind of a normal reaction, but it was really just as a viewer, knowing what we know, was really frustrating watching this. I think we've seen a lot of good character development from Madison in this because you figure at the beginning of the episode, it was almost like, okay, something's going on, but she's still kind of oblivious to what it is. And by the end of the episode, she became pretty educated about what was going on. I do believe Daniel's wife is going to be one of the first ones that we see go within the next couple episodes because, I mean, that bite on her foot was just, when she got hemmed up and the army, kind of budged in there and the rioters and everything was barging into the barbershop, she got hemmed up and her foot got messed up real bad. So, and it's not like, she's just going to die quick because we know from experience, just from watching the original show, that anytime something like that happens, like, you're not going to die slow. I mean, you're not going to die quick. You're going to die really slow. And it's going to be a slow, drawn-out process. And I think that's what's going to happen with her. And it's going to drive Daniel to probably do something stupid because he's got that mindset. To me, it's almost like he's got that governor mindset, but I think that makes him a very, very strong character at the same time. Now, another thing that really frustrated me with Travis was that one part where Daniel was showing Travis's son how to use that gun, and Travis is like, well, you know how I feel about guns. And I'm like, bitch, if you think you're gonna survive this, you better love guns. Like, you better learn to love them, something. But again, someone who don't like guns, you can kind of get where he's coming from because he still really don't know. He's kind of oblivious to what's going on. The horror elements of this episode was just phenomenal. Like the part where Madison's daughter was under there and looking for the pills, and she seen just the legs and feet of somebody behind the doorway. I mean, that eerie sensation that we got, man, just watching it, it was so awesome. And then when Travis and all of the crew were pretty much driving out of the city, it looked like, and you seen all the lights in the cities going out. Just everything is going out. Now, some people would argue that it's way too soon for people to just be losing electricity like that, but you got to think of how fast this thing is spreading. You're looking at, we're going into like 72 hours now, and it's very possible that it could spread that fast, because you figure all the military coming in, you know, when we seen at the end of it where the military was pretty much coming in to police the town, you know what I mean? I mean, it's crazy. And they're going to be stupid, because they're going to be like, kind of like Shane, how Shane took no chances with nobody, you know what I mean? And that's going to be kind of how they were. And you can kind of tell that, because when they was talking about the neighbor, you know, he was like, oh, he had the infected blood all over him. You know, we took care of it. You know, they could have quarantined him, but even if they quarantined him, you know, he's still going to turn into a walker more than likely, because you got to figure we're still pretty much in the beginning of the apocalypse. You got to do away with the idiots. We see Nicholas over there trying to break into houses and stuff. I mean, he really irritated me this episode. Now, I think if they can go ahead and get his ass detoxed, I think he'll be okay. But right now, just especially with what he said to Madison, his mom, man. I mean, you know, I don't need you. I need the pills. I mean, at that point, I can't say what I would have done if it would have been my kid that said that to me, but. Yeah, one of my members actually brought up a good point. They said just kind of give him a few and then, you know, hold off on him until you want him to do something for you. And I mean, that technically that's a bad way to use your son, by the way. Don't do that. I'm just saying, man, it's a good idea. Whatever. That part where Nick is going and breaking into houses, or trying to break into houses and stuff, we see that plane up above. Now, I'm real surprised that thing didn't crash or blow up or something. It cut really hard, you know, briefly, but then, you know, it just kept going and the camera panned away from it. It's obvious we're probably going to lose Daniel's wife within the next episode or two. Now, everybody that watches The Walking Dead, we know we're going to have character deaths. My opinion is we're going to have a key character death the season finale, and I do believe it's going to be David, because I think because he seems like such a strong character, I think they're gonna build him up until the finale, and I think they're gonna kill him off, because, and then his daughter is gonna join in with the rest of the family, because I really don't think they're gonna kill any member of the family off yet. It's possible, but I really don't see that happening. We get that badass walker kill. Now, we've had like one walker kill per episode, aside from the police killing the walkers. You know, on the first episode, we got Nick hitting him with the truck. On the second episode, we had Madison killing him with the fire extinguisher. And in this episode, we actually had David blow half of one's head off. So we seen kind of in this episode more of the walkers that we know, kind of, you know what I mean? Because that walker that he blew half his face off, man, I'm telling you, dude, that was by far the best walker I've seen yet on the show. And about the end, we get, you know, we see the military coming through all the towns and everything, basically doing the whole martial law thing. And you see them Xing houses off, basically the houses that they've cleared, you know what I mean, and done away with. And Madison, I think she's starting to get the gist of it, because, and I only think this because she lied to the military about the buried body in her backyard, in her front yard, whatever it was. But, you know, she knew that if she was to tell, she knew in her mind that if she was to tell the military what that was, they'd be like, oh, do you got any blood on you? If you do, you know, you're gone. And she knows that in her mind, so that's why she lied to the military. So she's going to be a pretty key character, a pretty smart one too. If you like spoilers and you want to check out my newest Walking Dead Season 6 spoiler video, you can click right there. and go straight to that. But that's about all I got for you guys. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to post the links to NrdFeed, my group, my Facebook, my Twitter. Everything is going to be in the description below, so you can guys go to all that and check us out. And love you guys. Dead to Zombies, you guys rock.
X gon' give it to you. Wait for you to get it on your own. X